Hey you, what's up? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Amara Annie Bo, and in today's video, we will be talking about how to negotiate your first job offer. This is more geared to people who are in the tech industry, but this advice applies to anyone regardless of what industry you are in. And the reason I wanted to make this video is because I remember when I got my first job offer out of college, I was stressed out when it came to negotiations because I was hearing all these people talking about
how to negotiate, their numbers, all of these different things. What questions should you ask? Am I asking for too little? Am I asking for too much?
And it made me very concerned. And I think that the negotiation process should be very comfortable. It should make you feel comfortable. And I hope that the tips I give you in this video help you feel more comfortable and prepared when you enter your negotiation process. I'm a PM at Microsoft for mixed reality, and I have helped some of my friends negotiate up to $60K for their first offers. And I'm really passionate about this because I just want to make sure everyone gets their bag. I want to make sure everyone, comes correct. And there's certain ways and strategies in order to do that. So if you're interested in this type of content, I love to make content on tech, early in career, personal development / self-help. If you're interested in any of that, please subscribe, leave a comment down below, leave a like, you know the drill. So with all of that information out there, let's get into the video. So before we get into negotiation strategy and tips, I really want to sit down and talk with you all about why negotiating is so important. Negotiating is extremely important, especially in your early career, because it sets the baseline for the propensity of your future financial growth. When you are starting off your first job, it's almost like the baseline and everything just increases from there. So knowing that that is the baseline, you want to maximize that baseline because your financial growth and journey starts from there. I have noticed in negotiations how much your cultural expectations and upbringing shapes what you ask for in a negotiation. So an example that I can give you is that both of my parents are Nigerian immigrants, and when I told them hey, I'm gonna negotiate my Microsoft offer, they looked at me like I lost my mind.
They were like, if you negotiate your offer, you're going to lose your offer. You're not going to have a job.
Right? And it made me fearful inside of should I be asking for this? Even though I knew that what I was asking for, what I wanted, was what I deserved. And I want to say this, it is so important to put those limitations and those fears aside when you're negotiating, because they're going to limit you from asking for not only what you want, but what you deserve. So remember that when you're going into your negotiation. In order to negotiate successfully, you need to understand your compensation package and the variables of that compensation package. In this video specifically, I will be talking about the variables in the tech compensation package, but this can apply to whatever industry you're in. So let's get started off with your salary. Your salary is what you're paid on an annual basis. It's also known as your base salary. Another aspect of your compensation package is bonuses. And in tech, this varies greatly, but usually there is a sign-on bonus. And this sign-on bonus is a one-time payout for when you sign your offer or when you start. And you want to be really careful and read your offer letter, because some companies have clauses that if you leave the company before a certain date, you're going to owe back X amount of your sign-on bonus. So read your offer letters, everyone. Read the details, read the fine print. Very, very important. Another bonus that may be given to you is an annual bonus, and your annual bonus is based off a percentage of your salary. So say your salary is $100,000. If your annual bonus is 10% of your salary, you will receive $10,000. So that is it for bonuses. Moving on, let's talk about equity. Equity is the ownership or stake that you have in a company. And there are many ways that a company can compensate you with equity. The two most familiar ones are RSUs and options. RSUs, or restricted stock units, are specifically for public companies, and they will give you a certain amount of stock in value, and it is vested over a certain period. So say you have $100,000 worth of stock granted to you, and it is vested over a 4-year period. That means every year over the course of that 4 years, you will be given $25,000 worth of stock. So that is what RSUs are. Another way you can be compensated in terms of equity is options. And this is more common at startups. They're a little bit more complex, so I'll leave some resources down below for you to read more about options and how to negotiate them. Another part of your compensation package is your benefits. So this is your 401k, your health insurance, savings accounts, your life insurance, things of that nature. And the last part of your compensation package is perks. So these are things like fitness reimbursement, free food. Shout out to the companies that got free food because that is a blessing within itself. And you want to use all of these different variables of your compensation package to get you where you want to be compensation wise. So make sure that when you are looking at your offer letter to take all of these variables into account and use each and every one of them to get you exactly where you want to be with your compensation. So now that you understand the different variables of a compensation package, the next question you want to ask yourself is, how do I know what I'm being offered is fair? And the only way that you can really understand and know this is through analyzing the data. Data is your best friend in this process. Data, you and data, homies for life in this process, because you don't want to just guess. You want to know with a degree of certainty that what you're being offered is fair and move from there. I oftentimes see people make this mistake in their negotiations. They kind of just guess like, I guess this is fair. Like, it seems like a lot of money. They're offering me 6 figures out of college. I'm gonna take the offer. Like, no, hold up, take a step back, wait a bit. You wanna make sure that what you're being offered is fair. And the only way you're gonna know that is through analyzing the data. There are many different websites that offer this data. One thing I'm gonna say off rip, let this be known, do not trust Glassdoor. Glassdoor is not your friend in this process. There are much better websites with accurate information about tech salaries. One of those websites is Levels FYI. Levels FYI is a great website to understand what other people in your industry and similar level of experience are also being offered. So I would definitely recommend that. For startups, AngelList and TripleByte are also a great place to collect that information. One other place that I would also suggest is Blind. However, I will say be careful because Blind gets a little toxic. There's some times where I just spend 10 minutes on Blind. I'm like, I gotta pull back. I gotta lean back. I had to step back. This is too much. Sometimes Blind really has me questioning, like, are these my colleagues? Like, I really work with these people? Anyway, I digress. Blind is a great place to see what other people are being offered who have similar levels of experience. It's almost like a forum similar to Reddit, but specifically for the tech industry. So I would definitely check out Blind and see what other people are being offered. And you can even ask questions on there of if your offer level is standard. However, take it with a grain of salt because people just be saying anything on Blind. Just collect as much data as possible during this process. Another thing you should do when you get your offer letter is read your offer letter. I know this sounds so simple, but you would be surprised how sometimes we just skim over these offer letters. I'm gonna need you to sit down, take a minute, sit down, print your offer letter, grab a highlighter, grab a pen, and really understand the details of your offer letter. The reason I say this is because there can be other people who are early in career and you may think that like, oh, we're being offered the same offer letter. It's all standard. But I have compared my offer letter with my friends' offer letters who are also early in career, and we have had some clauses that are completely different in our offer letter. And you want to be able to understand why that clause is there and to be able to ask your recruiter like, hey, I saw this. Can you explain this to me? Just really sit down and know the ins and outs of what your compensation package is before you go into the negotiation process. So now that you fully understand your offer letter and what is on the table, it is now time to talk about negotiation strategy. And this part can be a little bit scary your first time doing it, but I promise you, Once you do it your first time, negotiations just become a lot easier after this. And there's a few tactics and strategies that you should use in a negotiation. The first and the most important one is, please, for the love of God, please do not accept the first offer that is given to you. Let's say this together. Do not accept the first offer that is given to you. And the reason why is that tech companies expect you to negotiate. It's not seen as rude or out of pocket to negotiate. So please make sure that you negotiate, because you can possibly end up with something higher than what you're originally being offered. Another aspect of the negotiation strategy is you really want to see this as a collaboration. I think sometimes we can walk into negotiation hardballing, being like,
I'm gonna get my money, I'm about my bread, we're gonna get this check.
and while that's great, see it as an opportunity for you to both work together to achieve a common goal. And when you do this, I promise you, your negotiation will go a lot smoother, because the recruiter will see you as someone who is collaborative and cooperative. Another negotiation strategy is, do not anchor yourself to a specific number, especially in the beginning. And I know that you may feel some pressure to say what it is that you want or you expect. However, in the beginning of your offer and negotiation process, please make sure to just take the time to understand your negotiation process. And when a recruiter may ask you, what are you expecting in terms of compensation, you can tell them, hey, I'm so excited that I got this offer, and I'm so excited that you're interested in me. I really enjoyed interviewing with you all, but I would really love some time to think more about this offer and discuss this with my family. Can I have some more time to review this, please? And they're most of the time really understanding towards this. So take your time in the negotiation process. Do not feel rushed to set a number or anchor yourselves to a specific number in your negotiation process. Something that you want to take into consideration in the negotiation process is that this is going to take time. So be patient. The recruiter is really the intermediary between you and the hiring manager, and they have to go back and communicate with the hiring manager and also communicate with you. So give them some time to get back to you. It's not an immediate process. It's not going to happen in a day. Use time to your advantage in the negotiation process. When the recruiter gets back to you about a new offer, take your time. Take your time to really understand, hey, is what they're offering me fair? Is what they're offering me what I actually want? And know that you should be patient during this process. There's no rush. It's not going to happen within a day. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that the tips I gave in this video will help you be more comfortable in your negotiation process. I am so proud of you for getting this offer, and I'm so proud of you for negotiating. I know it can be a bit scary, but promise, I trust and promise that it will be so worth it. If you really like to see content like this, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and leave a comment down below. I love reading the comments. Reading the comment sections literally makes my entire day and really keeps me going on this channel. So please be sure to leave a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Go secure your bag. Let me know how it goes. Bye, everyone.